Imagine knowing you have what it takes to be the best quarterback in the nation, but you never get the chance to prove yourself because you got autism. Well, unfortunately, this is my story. My name is Cameron Bentley Jr., the kid from Mississippi that got dreams on making it big at the quarterback position. But because of my situation, that's a dream that many people don't see becoming a reality. Despite all the years of me doing my best to get a shot, I only had two people that really believed in me, which was my pops, who instilled that never quit attitude in me. See, he's a very successful businessman. He's actually a big time accountant who works for mostly pro athletes. Now y'all keep that in mind because I'm gonna bring this up again later. And then we got my mom, Tasha Bentley, who constantly tells me that I can do whatever I put my mind to. And yeah, that's pretty much my support system. Now look, from the time I was a kid, my parents quickly realized that it was something different about me. I mean, for the most part, I'm just like everybody else. I was just real sensitive to loud noises and bright lights, even down to different textures and fabrics from certain clothes that I would put on. Sometimes that would bother me. And even socializing with people was hard for me. I mean, I couldn't even make eye contact. I couldn't tell if people was joking with me, like being sarcastic or not. But yeah, it was things like that that made me different. But it wasn't until high school when my principal had my parents come in for a meeting, basically letting them know that him and my teachers can tell I'm different from the other kids, and that he thinks it'd be best for my education if I was to go ahead and get tested. And so my parents took his advice, and that's what they did. And come to find out, I was diagnosed with high functioning autism. And now y'all can only imagine how crushed I felt when I got this news. I definitely felt like it was time for me to hang the cleats up since I wasn't getting the chance anyway. And I thought the dreams of me becoming a star quarterback was over. But one simple talk with my pops changed all that.
I know how you feel, but answer me one question. Have you ever seen a quarterback that can memorize 200 plays and break down film like a machine? Listen, man, you're not broken. You just built different. I know you have what it takes just as well as you do. You just gotta find that drive again, and this time don't ever let go of it. And that right there alone will take you real far.
Friday Night Lights, man, with a chance for us to make it to the playoffs. My senior year, while I'm the backup to a freshman quarterback, and he ended up going down with an injury, so coach had no choice but to give me a shot. And when I got on that field, I felt full of confidence. But it's like as soon as I took the snap, I heard the pass clacking. The crowd was going crazy, band playing. And I don't know what happened, man. It's like my mind just shut down. It was too much noise for me to focus. And with that one chance that I had on the field, man, I absolutely wasted it. But even after screwing up in that one shot that I had, I did exactly like my dad said, and I found that drive and held on to it. So throughout the summer, I was putting in crazy work. And also this time, I had the help of somebody real special who took my game to the next level with ease. Now, I told y'all to remember what my dad does for work. Now, with him being a big time accountant for pro athletes, he definitely got a lot of connections. One of those connections that helped me out was this guy, a sports agent named Jamal Savage. And he has a son that, if y'all been watching this channel for a while, y'all might know him, but he's an NFL quarterback that goes by the name of Malachi Savage. My dad was able to hook me up with some one-on-one training with him. Now, me and him got something in common because he didn't go to college right after high school. Instead, he took a year off and then walked on to a D1 program. Now, of course, everybody had their doubts and no one thought he would make it far as a quarterback, but now he in the league going crazy. And now it's the same with me. Nobody think I'll make it far as a quarterback, but no matter what it takes, I'm here to prove everybody wrong and prove myself right. Yes, sir, man. He finally came down to the city, and now it was time to get to work. Man, dog, little did I know he was gonna have me working like this. I mean, we was on some Rocky Balboa, Creed type stuff. He had me running mile after mile, making sure I burn off every inch of fat I had on my body and get my conditioning up. I also felt way faster after doing this every day. But even when we wasn't working on the cardio, we was in that gym taking no breaks. Man, he did not have a single soft spot in his heart for me. I was getting pushed to the limit, and honestly, if I didn't have that determination, I would have been quit. I mean, every single rep I did, it had to meet his standard. If he felt like I was slacking, then we started all the way over. So he made sure I knew that quitting was not an option, nor taking the easy route. And man, after like day 5 or 6, I was questioning what I had signed up for. But in the end, man, I had reaped a lot of benefits. Barely any body fat. I had gained a lot of muscle, gained a lot of speed and conditioning. I felt stronger. I felt faster and everything. So physically Malachi Savage got me to the level I was supposed to be at. But as y'all know, with autism, there's a whole nother side of this, which was working on my mental. And so my pops had signed me up for this therapy, and I'm not gonna lie, man, this really did wonders. My therapist helped me with being able to focus while in loud environments. Like, for example, she had me reading books with headphones on playing music. Just, you know, helping me block out that noise. And on top of that, I was doing meditation sessions, something that my doctor advised. And this helped me gain more composure over myself. I don't get near as stressed or as anxious as I used to, and it just puts me in a calm state.
Look here, nephew. I would love nothing more than to see you under center at the start of the season. But at the end of the day, I am the head coach and I have to give every kid a fair opportunity. So I ain't trying to scare you or nothing, but I'm gonna need you to come with your complete A game. I know you've been putting in a lot of work. I can see the progress already. But we are one of the best JUCO programs out here in Jackson, Mississippi. And if you can't fill that role, then I'm not just gonna risk our reputation just because you're my nephew. Alright, you understand?
So after all the heavy training and the therapy sessions, I was a completely different player, dang near a different person. I felt on top of the world, I can't lie. And after that, I went to try out at a JUCO that my uncle was the head coach over. And if we being honest, man, it felt like no competition. I was so far ahead of the other quarterbacks, and my uncle was able to give me that position of being the starting quarterback. And from somebody that faced rejection so many times, man, this felt great. I'm actually given the opportunity, and I'm gonna for sure take full advantage of it. Here we go, y'all boys. First game of the season, and really my first chance to prove I have what it takes despite what people think. First snap of my college career, I get met with a pass rush instantly, but get rid of it right before being met by the defense. This is JUCO, so my O-line ain't gonna be the best as I get met with pressure again, but I scramble out the pocket, rolling out to the left and throw a crossbody dot when I catch my receiver open downfield for a nice catch. I see my receiver got a step on the DB on the right side of the field. I try to air one over the top, but this one gets broken up. Before you know it, we facing the 3rd and 15, but I see a gap in the defense, so of course I'm gonna take it. I try to get to that first down mark, but I end up fumbling on a dive. First possession of the game and I turn the ball over. It's not a good look at all. They go down and score, making it 7-0, but we trying to put a drive together on the 3rd and 6. I'm gonna deliver to my tight end. He's able to make the grab for a big play. 3rd and 4, we're gonna give it off to the halfback, but he is not able to get enough to get that first down. Well, on that 4th and 3, we're going with the read option. I decided to keep it. Y'all see that was a great decision as I get that first down. Rolling out to the right, trying to find an open receiver downfield, and I do. And he gonna climb that ladder and make a nasty catch, getting us at a 1st and goal. 3rd and goal, now we got the read option again. I'm gonna keep it and get into that end zone for my first 6 of my career. They go down and kick a field goal, making it 10-7. After taking the sack, we're at a 2nd and 22. I'm doing everything I can to escape that defense. And at the last minute, I get rid of it to a receiver downfield, and he gets us at a 3rd and inches. Down inside the 20s, trying to take that lead. I fake the handoff off the snap, catch a receiver between the hashes, and throw a dot for a touchdown. Let's go, man. Y'all know how good this feels. Late in the 3rd quarter, we got that 1-point lead with the score being 14-13 as I get brought down with a sack, putting us at a 3rd and 15. Backed up on the 3rd down, the O-line doing the best they can, but it's not enough as the defense get through that easy. But me and my receivers is on the same page, throwing a bomb downfield before being tackled, and that winds up being my 2nd passing touchdown. What a highlight reel. And just like that, man, your boy came out here and led his team to victory with the final score being 21-16. And I finished this game with 241 passing yards for 3 touchdowns. Not too bad for my first ever football game as a starter. 2nd game of the season, feeling good. Let's do it, man. First snap of the game gets blown up. The defense get right to me after scramble. Getting out of trouble while looking downfield, but I don't find nothing, so I'm just scrambling to get that first, and I do. Moving down that field, I'm catching my receiver across the middle, throwing a beautiful ball his way. He brings it in and makes a big play out of this one. After being sacked, we had a 2nd and 20. I drop back and throw a dot to my receiver on a corner route, and he takes it into the end zone, giving us an early lead in the game. Credit to the defense for doing their job, but we backed up in our own end zone. We go with that read option, and y'all see your boy is cooking off of those read options, man. Juking defenders left and right, being brought down past the 30. But after making that big play, I make the mistake of not seeing that linebacker, and I throw a dot to him, throwing the first interception of my career. Luckily, they don't score off that turnover. I'm having trouble finding somebody open, so I decide to use my own feet and I get into that end zone, putting us up 2 touchdowns. Starting this drive off in great field position, we end up adding on to that lead again off a dot to my receiver for an easy touchdown. Already up 21-0, we got another read option. I barely get around that defense. I'm brought down right outside the end zone. Still in the second quarter, and my halfback is going to do the rest, putting us up for a touchdown. We are now up 28-0 with a minute left in the second quarter. Another option, and I decided to keep it again. Slicing through that defense with ease, and now I got an open field, and nobody's going to stop me as I cruise my way into the end zone, putting us up 5 touchdowns in the first half. You already knew it was going to be a blowout by the first half, but we ended up winning the game with the score being 52-10. I had the game of my career, even though, I only played 2 games for real. But nevertheless, man, me and my whole team balled out. And I finished this game with 287 passing yards and 3 touchdowns. Game number 3, I start this one off right, throwing a complete dot down the middle of the field for a decent game. The defense getting to that backfield way too easy, but I'm able to slip out of that tackle, showing how dangerous I am on feet, juking one defender out his shoes before being brought down outside that 20. But on that first drive, we had to end up settling for a field goal. Early in the second quarter, the score is still 3-0. Getting outside that pocket, scrambling out to the right and throwing a laser downfield to get us our first touchdown of the game. Third quarter, and the score is now 10-3. Faking the handoff and catching my receiver deep on the right side of the field. He's able to bring this one in, and he takes off for a big gain. 40 seconds left in the third quarter with the score being 13-3. I'm rolling out to the right side. Catcher got wide open. He takes us up into the end zone for our second touchdown of the game. I really want y'all to examine this play, y'all boys. I get in some trouble, the defense gets to me, but I'm able to break both of those tackles, and then I'm breaking ankles along the way. Like, just look at the cutability, man. This is crazy. Being brought down at the 10. And to top it all off, on the very next play, I catch my tight end across the front of the end zone for an easy touchdown. Game 3, and we remain undefeated with the final score being 34-10. Once again, we put a show together. Now in this one with 282 passing yards for 3 touchdowns. Game number 4 on the season, looking to keep the undefeated streak alive. First play of the game, I'm getting met with some defense off the rip, scrambling out to the left, and I see my big tight end downfield wide open. He gets set up with some good blocks and makes his way downfield for a huge gain. Third and goal before you know it, and I get met with the defense as soon as I take the snap and get brought down with a sack. Score is now 3-0. Right back at that read option, I juke one defender out his shoes before taking off for a gain of around 12. Facing the 4th and 4, coach believe in that offense, and he gonna keep us on the field. I'm extending the play once again and deliver a dot to my halfback downfield, and we get right in front of that end zone. Second and goal, as soon as I take the snap, I'm rolling out to the right because I'm getting met with pressure. But I see an open man in the end zone and deliver a heater for our first touchdown of the game. Score is now 3-10, and we got another read option, but this one don't go all the way as planned. This time, after being tackled, I end up going down with an injury. Thankfully, in the third quarter, I was able to get back on the field, and as soon as I got checked in, I went straight to business, throwing a touchdown, giving us our second of the game. Even though I got injured off of this play earlier, the coach still wanted me to run that read option. And this time it works to perfection, getting us right outside the 5. And just like clockwork, my tight end gonna be wide open across the front of that end zone again for another touchdown. So we end up taking that dub with the final score being 24-3. I wasn't as productive putting the ball in the air, finishing this game with 182 passing yards and 3 touchdowns. Game 5 up against another undefeated school. First play of the game doesn't go our way as the receiver drops my first pass. On that second play, I get met with pressure, but I'm able to get out of this one and find the receiver coming out of the slot to get us at a 3rd and 1. And with that reception, I've already thrown for 1,000 yards this season. 3rd and 22, and they get right into that backfield. I'm trying to extend the play the best I can, but this one is off target. They get on that board first, making the score 7-0. As I'm scrambling for dear life once again, I slip out of those tackles though. And I turn a play that looked like it was going backwards into a positive play, breaking multiple tackles down the field, man, until we get past that 40.
Tackle is made at the 37.
3rd and 3, trying to buy as much time as I can. I'm rolling out to the left side of the field, and peep the concentration, man. The defense is coming at me full speed, but I still deliver a dot to my tight end, getting us at a 1st and goal. Faking that handoff and rolling out to the right, giving some time for this play to develop, and I catch a receiver wide open in the end zone for our first touchdown of the game. 30 seconds left in the 2nd quarter. Y'all see they don't win up 14-7, and I'm trying to hit him over top, and I do as he comes down with a huge catch. Rolling out to the right, I can't find nobody open, so I'm just taking myself. Receiver comes in clutch with that block as I make my way to the end zone. Tying this game up once again. Started the 3rd quarter with a chance to get on top. Defense getting to that backfield again, and this time they poke the ball out. In the worst field position possible, man. They right there. So they go down and score again, making it 21-14. Trying to catch my receiver deep, but I wound up throwing my 2nd interception of the season, man. And they got all the momentum in the world right now. But luckily they don't score, and we starting to move down that field. Catch my receiver on the right side for a big catch and a big game. A few plays later on the 2nd and 5, I'm scrambling out to the right side, picking up some big yards on the ground, breaking some tackles, and I hurdle one defender before being brought down outside the 10. Right there inside the red zone, very next play, man, I'm trying to squeeze one to my receiver, but it winds up getting intercepted for my 2nd of the game. I can only imagine what I'm going through right now. Now, for that interception, they actually do score, making it 28-14. And with me knowing that it's all my fault, man, I was trying to do everything I could to get us back into this game. As y'all see, I'm breaking off for a huge run, not letting nobody take me down until I get past that 20. 2 minutes and 50 seconds left in the game. Very next play, I'm going to throw a dot to my tight end to get us inside that end zone. They don't score, now it's 22-8, trying to make a comeback. I hit my receiver across the middle of the field for a big gain. And with a minute left in the game, I'm starting to go into takeover mode, seeing the gap in the defense, and turning this into some big yards on the ground. 30 seconds left in the 4th quarter, I'm rolling out to the right, and I catch a receiver wide open for an easy touchdown, tying this game up. But even after making that comeback, it was not enough, man. We ended up taking our first loss of the season by a field goal, with the final score being 31-29. But after taking that L, man, we got right back on track. And after knowing that we took that L really because of me, throwing 2 interceptions and getting that fumble, for the remainder of the season, I was tapped into a whole different version of myself. And while a few games did get closer than we would have liked, we still made sure that at the end of the 4th quarter, we was on top. But for the majority of the rest of the regular season, we was mostly blowing teams straight out the water. Like, I know y'all see that score down there, 63-9, and your boy threw for over 300 yards and 7 touchdowns. I'm telling y'all, man, for the rest of the season, we was unstoppable. And after going 10-1 on the regular season, my freshman year stat line was looking Heisman worthy. Throwing for over 2,600 yards and 32 touchdowns, I can finally say I proved everybody wrong. But it was still one more thing left to do, which was the championship game. First snap of the game, we start this one off right, connecting for 9 yards off the rip. Faking the handoff, dropping back and catching my tight end on the corner route. He makes a nice grab and takes off for some extra yards before being brought down. They send the blitz, but I get out of there. Not one of them lay a finger on me, and I roll out until I find the receiver open downfield for a big gain. We get stalled a little bit facing the 3rd and goal, but I throw the easy check down for the first touchdown of the game. They go down and kick a field goal, making it 3-7. I see that gap is wide open down the middle, so I'm going to take that, juke one defender out his shoes before sliding at that 40. 3rd and 7, rolling out to the right side of the field. See, I got all that green grass, but I'm going to throw it anyway. We eat up a chunk of that field after he brings this one in for a huge gain. Faking that handoff, trying to find somebody open, and instead I'm going to do it myself. They leaving me a lot of open field, and I'm going to eat it up every time, hurdling out of bounds at the 2-yard line. 1st and goal, the halfback coming out the backfield is going to get us our 2nd touchdown of the game. They settle for another field goal, making it 6-14. I'm getting outside that pocket. I see a lot of green grass again. I juke one defender out his shoes, and I ain't got no plans on slowing down, trucking the defender to get into that end zone. In the second quarter, faking that handoff, and I'm gonna catch my tight end open for that touchdown. Fourth quarter, the score is now 16-31. I'm still cooking on the ground off of this read option, slipping out of one tackle before being brought down. Third and one, another read option, I'm gonna keep it again, breaking ankles along my way to a big, healthy gain. Down in the red zone with 1:40 left in the game, I'm gonna throw it out to my tight end, who makes a nice diving catch for another touchdown, man. Just like that, we put an end to our season with the final score being 38-16. I threw for 197 yards and 5 touchdowns with an 88 completion rate. Let's go, man. It don't get no better than that. Just like I said in the intro of the video, I knew I had what it took to become the best quarterback. And after putting together a great freshman season playing at a JUCO school, I feel like I proved everybody wrong. But hopefully after sending film to different schools, I get the shot of playing D1 ball.
Feeling young, but they treat me like the OG. And they want the T on me, I swear they know.
So, first I want to say thanks for giving me a chance to prove myself as a quarterback. And that's something I'ma always appreciate and cherish. And I hope you don't get mad when I say this, but I think it's time for me to send my film out to some D1 schools. And maybe they'll see my skill set and my stat line and give me a shot, but I'm sorry that...
Don't even do that, nephew. You do not have to apologize for trying to be great. Yes, I am a coach and I'm a mentor, but most importantly, I'm family to you. And I would never hold you back. I mean, man, I just saw you go out there and dominate each game. And you brought us a championship. So I already knew you was ready for something way bigger. And you do not belong here playing JUCO ball. And honestly, I'm actually encouraging you to go play Division I football. I want you to go out there and show the world that despite what circumstances you might be facing, the only thing that could ever hold you back is yourself. So yeah, nephew, don't apologize. We all want to see you become the star that we know you are.
If y'all was tapped into the first episode, then y'all know I just finished my freshman season playing JUCO ball. Now, being a quarterback diagnosed with high-functioning autism, I faced a lot of controversy. I mean, everybody doubted I would be any good just because of my situation. But thankfully, my uncle was a head coach at a JUCO out here in Jackson, Mississippi. And don't get me wrong, it wasn't just handed to me, but he let me compete for that starting quarterback position. And once I got the keys to the offense, I took full advantage, leading my team to a championship and putting up great stats while doing it. And that alone was a good enough accomplishment for everybody watching me, but that's not my end goal. So at the end of my freshman season, I got straight to work sending out film to multiple D1 schools, just praying that one of them reached back out to me. And after sitting in that transfer portal for a while, I finally got a call that came from the head coach for the University of Southern Miss. Now, as y'all could imagine, your boy was extremely excited for this phone call. Man, I felt like I was getting drafted into the NFL or something. Even my parents was treating it like draft night. But anyways, basically the coach was inviting me to join the team as a preferred walk-on, which means I already got a spot on the roster. But performing well enough to become QB1, that's up to me.
All right, fellas, I'll get straight to the point. We have a quarterback room with a lot of talent, but right now, the two guys sitting in front of me are the ones who are going to set the tone for this program. Cameron, you came in here from JUCO, and you've shown us you can play. You've got grit, you've got leadership qualities, and you've earned the right to be in this conversation. And Tristan, you've got experience at the highest level. You've played against some big-time competition, and you bring a skill set that we believe can help win us games. Now, here's the deal. Only one quarterback takes the first snap. My job is to put the guy out there who gives this team the best chance to win. Your job is to compete every single day like that spot belongs to you. I don't care where you came from, what stars were by your name in high school, or what anybody outside this building says. The only thing that matters is what happens on this field, in this offense, and with these teammates. This is a competition. One of you is going to walk out there as a starter. The other is going to have to be ready when his number is called. That's the reality of playing quarterback at this level. So here's what I expect. Come in prepared, study your playbook like it's life or death, and push each other to get better. The guy who takes care of the football, moves the offense, and earns the respect of this locker room, that's the guy who's going to lead us. You understand me?
Oh, that's no problem at all, Coach. I got this.
So as y'all seen, before the season even started, I'm already met with some competition, which I can't lie, I was already expecting this, being that I'm playing D1 ball now. So throughout training camp, me and Tristan was going at it. And as y'all could guess, I had no room for error, simply because on top of my situation, I came from JUCO. But him, on the other hand, he already got a few years of experience. As y'all know, he transferred from Ole Miss, so he already looked like the best option on paper. So I really had no choice but to stay sharp.
All right, fellas, first off, I want to say how proud I am of both of you. You pushed each other every single day, and because of that, our entire quarterback room got better. This wasn't an easy decision, believe me. Tristan, you brought a lot of experience to the table, and it showed. You've been in big-time games, and you know what it takes to compete at a high level. That's invaluable to this team, and we're going to need your leadership moving forward. But after evaluating everything, the film, the scrimmages, how the offense responded, I've made my decision. Cameron, you're our starting quarterback. You came in here as the underdog, but you've earned the respect of this locker room. You took command of the huddle, protected the football, and you flat out made plays when we needed them. That's what won you this job. Now listen, I don't want either of you to think this is the finish line. Tristan, you have got to stay ready, because at this position, you're always one play away. And Cameron, winning the job is one thing, and keeping it is another. You've got to come out here every single day and prove your deserved spot. Now we've got a whole team depending on us, so let's go win some football games.
Yes, sir, man. Y'all just heard it. Your boy was named the starting quarterback. Y'all see that Bentley Jr. on the back of that jersey, man? I'm ready to go. And for the first game of the season, we up against an FCS school. First drive of the game, facing the 3rd and 3. Coach been watching my JUCO film, and he know I can run that football. Taking one defender out of his shoes, and off of my first read option, I'm taking this back to the crib, man. Ain't no one gonna stop me. Giving me my first D1 touchdown ever. Y'all gotta keep in mind, man, I got something to prove. I'm trying to put all of college football on notice. And so far, I'm doing just that, showing off my accuracy. Started the second half, going through my reads, but I see a gap through the middle of the defense, so I take off, looking like prime Cam Newton, getting through all that traffic and getting into that end zone for my second rushing touchdown. Hey, man, I'm off to a great debut. We are up 14-0. This is what most people was worried about, is if I could throw the ball, which y'all see I'm doing right here for another touchdown. I ran the ball a lot my freshman year, but here I'm showing a different aspect of my game. Faking the handoff, looking downfield at my tight end, wide open for a huge gain. Down in the red zone, we got a receiver coming out the slot, wide open for another touchdown, man. We putting the beating on them boys. First game of the season was a complete blowout, with the final score being 45-0. I did everything coach asked of me, which is lead my team to a dub. And I don't know about y'all, but I think my QB1 spot is safe. As y'all can see in that bottom right corner, I finished the game with 6 touchdowns, 292 passing yards, and 134 yards on the ground.
Welcome everyone to the Plains in Jordan-Hare Stadium, home of the Auburn Tigers, where telling someone War Eagle is just as common.
Y'all see it, man. Second game of the season, we already met with a test. And to be honest, nobody thinks we're going to even stand a chance against Auburn. But, of course, I'm going to come out here and try to change that narrative. Off the rip, I'm noticing this is a different type of game. Everybody covered downfield, so I use my own feet and pick up 8. At a 3rd and 1, my halfback is going to keep this drive going. Looking downfield again, and I don't see nobody open, man. Everybody covered. One thing that has been working this first drive is that ground game, so I stick to it, getting us inside the 20. Facing the 3rd and 4, and I try to get through that hole again, but this time they done picked up on it, and this goes nowhere. We get a field goal, and the defense keeps them from scoring, but I get brought down with a sack, putting us at a 3rd and 21. Feeling that pressure coming from the right side, I get out of that pocket again, and it works to perfection, getting us at a 4th and 1. Faking the handoff, and that defense is breathing down my neck immediately. So it's like they're giving me no other option but to take off on feet. But it's all good, because once again, I burn them on the ground, picking up big yards. Finally, after rolling out to the right, I'm able to find the receiver open downfield, throw it down his way, and we get past that 30. Down in the red zone, after taking a snap, I see a gap in the line again. And this time I take off and get us our first touchdown of the game.
Well, that didn't necessarily go as planned, but it was most effective in the end.
45 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. The score is tied 10-10. Rolling out to the right, I catch a receiver all the way downfield and throw an absolute beam his way on the run for some big yards. Second and 10 at the 20, I'm rolling out to the left, buying myself enough time to catch a receiver open right there in front of the end zone. Very next play, that pressure getting to me, so I scramble out looking for a receiver, but I end up taking it myself, grabbing us our second touchdown of the game. They come right back and tie this game up. We got 2 minutes on the clock to make a difference, and I catch a whole lot of green grass. Y'all know I did not hesitate to take off and pick up some big yards before being brought down past that 30, man. Shout out to my halfback making a big play when it mattered most, getting us right there in front of the end zone. A few plays later, I'm scrambling out to the left, and once again, the defense does not get to me before I make it into that end zone for another touchdown, putting us on top late in the game. Y'all can see it on the crowd face, man. Nobody expected Southern Miss to hang with Auburn. But of course, they go down and match it, putting us in overtime. At a 3rd and 10, deciding to keep it on the read option, I was not able to get past that first down before the defense got to me, leaving us to kick a field goal. But Auburn, on the other hand, goes out and scores, taking the win, with the final score being 30-27. And even though we lost, nobody expected us to hang with a team of this caliber. But I finished this game with 3 touchdowns, 167 passing yards, and 169 rushing yards.
Cameron, what a great performance.
Over here.
You guys play well tonight.
What a performance.
Cameron, you had 169 rushing yards against a really good defense. How do you feel?
Cameron, if you could, please look this way for a second.
How did you guys go out there and manage to put up a fight against a really good school like ours?
That's what everyone wanted.
All right, enough. That young man gave you everything tonight, but he processes things different. You want answers? They're slower down. One question at a time. He deserves your respect.
Hey, Coach, my bad on storming out like that during the press conference. It just was a lot going on. And sometimes it can be hard for me to focus when a lot of people was talking at once. But now that I know what to expect, I'm going to handle it better.
Hey, man, listen, that's not your fault at all. I completely understand. And just know I spoke to everybody in the press room, and that's not going to be a problem anymore. You just stay focused and keep doing your thing. And listen, I know it always sucks to come up short, but you and the offense put on a great performance tonight. And also, we'll break down the plays tomorrow and go over film and everything. Sound good?
Pretty much all week. Today, a showdown of a couple of
3rd game of the season with a 1-1 record. We on the road against ULM. And after having a big game on the ground against Auburn, we dealing with a little wear and tear. First drive of the game, and we already looking to hit them deep as I catch a receiver open and we get inside the 10 off the rip. 2nd and goal, and just like that, we able to get on that board quick.
Touchdown, Southern Mississippi. Fitted in the window for the score.
3rd quarter, and after settling for 3 field goals, the score is now 16-3. Facing the 3rd and 15, I'm going to get out of there. I see a whole lot of green grass, get past that first down and slide to avoid the tackle. Shout out to the O-line, giving me plenty of time to let that play develop. Eventually, that pass rush going to get to me, and I get rid of it on an absolute dot to my receiver on the run. A few plays later, scanning the field, I see a receiver shake loose right there in front of the goal line, and he's brought down a yard short. First play of the 4th quarter, rolling out to the left. I catch my boy wide open, and we get into that end zone for our 2nd touchdown of the game.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Southern Miss.
And we are able to walk out of there with that win, with the final score being 23-3. The boy ended that game with 241 passing yards and 2 touchdowns. Game 4, we are back home taking on Louisiana Tech. And not only are we playing in the rain, but we start off backed up in our own end zone. Luckily, I see that gap in the defense, so I pull it down, pick up some big yards, and give us some breathing room. First drive, and we already getting active, faking the handoff, rolling to the right before finding the receiver open downfield for a huge gain. 2nd and 5, catching my receiver between the hashes, and watch my boy go to work for some extra yards, breaking out of 2 tackles, and nearly getting into that end zone before being brought down. 4th and goal in the red zone, no room for error. Can't find the receiver open, I'm not going to force it, I'm just taking it in myself, getting us our first touchdown of the game.
Coaches on 4th and goal from the 1-yard.
Up 7-0, but facing the 3rd and 16, we got to make something work. I see I got faith in my receivers throwing a bomb downfield, and it was a good thing I did because he came down with it. We ended up having to settle for a field goal, making it 10-0. 40 seconds left in the 2nd quarter. At a 3rd and inches, I fumbled the rock, and Louisiana Tech recovers it. Score is now 7-10 with 10 seconds left in the 2nd quarter. Letting my halfback go to work, showing off his footwork and his speed, and nobody's able to catch him as he makes his way to the end zone. Coming in with a clutch play, giving us a touchdown right before half. Late in the 3rd quarter, I see my boy wide open, breaking in off a post. I throw him a dot, and he gets us inside the red zone. Very next play, my tight end on the corner route, and I throw back-to-back dots, getting us another touchdown. We get the ball right back in good field position. Yeah, I see who I was trying to get it to, but it's a bad ball. And that winds up getting intercepted for my first of this season. But I had to shake that one off and get right back to work, letting this play develop and catch my receiver off an in route, getting us inside the 10. 3rd and goal, and once again I'm able to find my tight end, this time off an out route for another touchdown. So we're able to take another win with the final score being 31-7. And I'm putting together a solid first year playing D1 ball, finishing this game with 3 touchdowns for 312 passing yards and 25 rushing yards. And I did throw 1 interception.
Today, we're diving into one of my favorite topics, the shift from small, nomadic hunter-gatherer groups to large, complex civilizations. Now, before you roll your eyes, yes, I know you've all heard agriculture changed everything since...
Yo, KB, you sure you're not going to take notes on this? You know it's going to be a test.
Yeah, I'm going to take notes. It's just sometimes the teacher be talking too fast, so I just record it. And then later I'm going to go back and just take the notes when I listen to it.
Look, bro, you ain't got to do all that. I'm already taking notes. I can just take a picture and send it to you.
Oh, bet. Yeah, that'll work too. I appreciate that for real.
Yeah, for sure, bro. I mean, that's the least I could do. You finna give us some winter season.
You've got a spear, a small family...
Look, y'all boys, as we got later and later into the season, the whole team got better as a unit, and I didn't feel near as much pressure as I had when I first came into the D1 college football experience. I mean, of course, I continued to ball out and put up some great stats while doing it, but knowing I had the whole system rocking behind me made things 10 times easier. As y'all know, if y'all been watching, I had barely any support starting my football journey, but now that I had that, I was able to prove I had what it took, and I finally felt like I was being taken serious despite having autism. After taking that loss against Auburn at the second game of the season, we did not take another L during the remainder of the regular season. As a matter of fact, we was ranked number 17, taking on Coastal Carolina in the conference championship, which we also won with the final score being 31-13. And normally I don't celebrate with the team after a win, but being that we actually had a shot at winning the title, I made an exception.
No, bro, that is not it. I know you gotta have something harder than that. You look like we finna go hit the gym or something, and you barely even matching. Here, bro. Just let me help you out. There we go. Now that's more like it. You don't even look like a Cameron Bickley Jr. no more. That's hard right there. Please don't let me catch you wearing that first outfit in public.
Nigga, all we know is riding in the back. It's a May. 32 shots in the...
Oh, snap, you KB. Bro, you the best quarterback in college.
Hey, hold on, bro.
Nah, it's all good, fam. Here, let me see your phone. I'll take a picture with you. Dang, that's kind of crazy, low-key. I ain't never had a fan run up to me like that.
Because, bro, you like a celebrity now, I'm trying to tell you. You ain't checked your Instagram lately?
Okay, I can't let her play me, no way. You a duck if you believe what hoes say. She got way more bodies than my okay. My little brother beat his body, OJ. Niggas talking about they lit on the flame. That little boy mascot, he ain't gang. Watch $500,000 in his plane.
So go ahead, man. Give me the rundown. How you feeling about the playoffs?
I mean, physically, I feel good. I feel sharp and everything, but... I don't know, that's a lot of pressure. I mean, I got my team, the school, even the city is depending on me right now. And I ain't trying to let nobody down, so, I mean, yeah, really, that's all I'm feeling is a lot of pressure.
Well, look, nephew, I'm gonna tell you one thing. Pressure don't mean you failing. What it really means is people believe in you. I mean, I believe in you. I'm pretty sure your coaches believe in you. But most of all, you gotta believe in yourself. Just think about it, man. How many people have you proved wrong already? How did you do it? By knowing you had what it took even when nobody else believed in you. I mean, of course you're gonna feel those nerves, but as long as you go out there and execute and respond to adversity the way we all know you can, you ain't got nothing to worry about.
Yes, sir, y'all boys. We are right here at the game that nobody expected us to make it to. Even you. I'm talking about you watching the video right now. You ain't even expect us to make it this far. But anyways, man, of course we up against a tough opponent, which is Michigan, but I got something to prove. First snap of our first possession, that pass rush is going to get to me. But at the last second, I catch a guy open. He breaks a few tackles, and he gets some extra yards on the ground before being brought down. That very next play after taking a snap, I met with pressure instantly and brought down for a sack. Thinking in 16, but it's the same story, but this time I get rid of it. 3rd and 16, and my O-line is invisible as I get brought down with another sack. And y'all can see it on my face, man. I'm already frustrated. I got to work through it. Hopefully our defense do their job and keep them off the board. We right back at it facing the 3rd and 10. Y'all see all that green grass I got in front of me? So, of course, I do not hesitate, and I take off for some huge yards, getting us inside the 10. After facing the 3rd and goal and the incompleted pass, we have to settle for a field goal. Michigan still doesn't score, and we're facing the 3rd and 13. I'm rolling out to the left side of the field, feeling like Johnny Manziel. I throw a crossbody dot. Open receiver getting us that first down and some extra yards. Outside the 20, facing the 3rd down again. I can't find a receiver open, so I'm going to compromise and get it on feet. I get more than that first down. I nearly get into the end zone. In the very next play, I hand it off to my halfback, and he does the rest, getting us our first touchdown of the game.
He escapes the pocket.
We got a 10-0 lead against Michigan right now. We putting together some big plays. I don't feel like their defense was expecting this. And knowing that this defense is shook up, I get them with a fake snap, giving us a free first down. I'm telling you, man, they wasn't expecting this to be a game. 2nd and goal in the red zone. I'm faking the handoff off a read option, and I keep it and get into that end zone untouched.
And he gets to the sticks and just gets the first.
And just like that, man, we win this game with the final score being 17-0. I think Michigan thought this was going to be a cakewalk, and they did not come prepared. So we take that dub and we move on to the next round. Now finish this game with 119 passing yards and 1 touchdown. After taking that win, we will be taking on number 4 ranked Tennessee. Let's get it, man. Definitely our toughest opponent yet. I'm looking to bring them an upset just like we did Michigan. And hopefully we can keep this playoff run going. Off of the rip, we give this off to the halfback, and he picks us up a gain of 8. Despite Tennessee having a real good defense, my halfback is putting them boys to work right now, grabbing us another huge chunk of yards. First passing play, I'm rolling out to the right. I catch a receiver open last minute on the side, getting us past that 30 before stepping out of bounds. Very next play, I make the easy pass to my receiver cutting across midfield. He's going to grab some real good yards after the catch, even breaking a few tackles, getting us in the red zone. 3rd and 10, I make a risky pass to my tight end, but he's able to get us a fresh set of downs. And my halfback would do the rest, getting us our first touchdown of the game.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw.
Tennessee goes down and ties the game up. After faking the handoff, I see my receiver wide open downfield after breaking off the post for a huge gain. 1st and 10, just inside the 30. I'm rolling out to the left, looking downfield, but I don't see nobody open. But I do see a lot of green grass, so I'm going to make my way into the end zone for our 2nd touchdown, giving us that lead again. We got the ball back coming from halftime, but we couldn't make anything happen. Tennessee did, making it 21-14. As y'all see, I'm in trouble, and I throw up a prayer, and it winds up getting intercepted. Y'all see, I'm wishing I could have got that one back.
Movement here from the tight end. Off the play fake, looking to pass it.
After throwing that interception, it seemed like all the momentum switched, and we just couldn't get anything going. My O-line wasn't holding up to the pressure or nothing. And to make matters worse, later in the 4th quarter, I take off for a scramble, diving to get that first down, and it winds up being a fumble, and they recover it.
They'll run it here. Nice pickup on the play.
So we put an end to the season, taking a loss against Tennessee, with the final score being 28-14. But to be honest, we can't really hold our heads down because we made it far this season. Nobody expected us to come out and play like this. I finished the game with 1 touchdown for 128 passing yards and 54 rushing yards, and that 1 interception I threw. And now that y'all have followed me throughout my whole sophomore season, that will put an end to this video, man. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Be on the lookout for my junior season. And let me know if I should transfer in the comments. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And with that being said, I'm going to catch y'all in the next one. Peace.
Pop it, sipping acorn, rich nigga on A1.